Morning, dear students. Welcome back. How are you? I hope you all are good. Today, in this video, we will start lesson number 15. The name of the lesson is Drainage System from Geography. It is very interesting lesson because it is about the rivers of India, importance of the rivers, etc. So let's start. Dear students, you know the word drainage system, and the word drainage system is used for the systematic pattern of river. While observing the physiography of India, it is seen that one main river along with its tributary come from different direction and merges into a single river. The water of this river is emptied into a water reservoir, sea or desert. Thus, when a river flows through its system in any area, it is called river basin. So you will get better understanding by this diagram that the main river, we can say that main river along with its tributaries come from different direction, merges into a single river, and the water of this river emptied into a sea. Thus, when a river flow from all direction or through its system in any area is called river basin. So this area is called river basin. Second, we have a definition of water divide. So when here also you can see the diagram. When a upland, mountain or upland separate the flow of water, mountain or upland separate the flow of the water from one another, it is called water divide. Again, when a mountain or upland separate the flow of the water from one another, it is called water divide. So these two definitions are very important to be remembered. Here we have a like to know that river Amazon has the largest river basin in the world. Remember these things, dear students. River Amazon has the largest river basin in the world, while Ganga has the largest river basin in India. Now, next we have a drainage system of India. Drainage system of India follows its physiography. According to the drainage system of India, accordingly, the drainage system of India is divided into two parts: Himalaya rivers and Peninsula river. Let's see in detail. Himalaya rivers. Rivers of India are divided into two zones according to the physical features, and due to this, a large difference is seen among the Himalaya and peninsular rivers. Dear students, you know that Himalaya rivers contain water throughout the year. These rivers are perennial because of the increase in water volume due to the heavy rain during monsoon and due to the melting of snow during summer. Yes, dear students, that Himalaya river contains water throughout the year. It is very important. The question is asked on this, that why Himalaya river contains water throughout the year, and the reason are the river are perennial, which have a constant, we can say, stream, long lasting. Okay, perennial because increase in water volume due to the heavy rain in monsoon. In Himalaya, in monsoon season, the heavy rain is seen. So this is the first reason why the Himalaya river contains water throughout the year. First is because of the increase in water volume in the due to the heavy rain in monsoon, and second reason is due to the melting of snow during summer. Because of the melting of snow, in the summer are the reason that Himalaya river contains water throughout the year. Two main rivers of Himalaya, Sindhu and Brahmaputra, originates in the northern part of the mountain system. This river had cut deep gorges by cutting the mountains. Himalaya river crosses a long way from its origin to the sea. Himalaya river crosses a long way from its origin. You know that three main rivers of Himalaya. One is Indus main Sindhu river, second is Ganga, and third is Brahmaputra, and they flow from northward. Second, we have a peninsular river. Peninsular river are seasonal river because they depend on water. So peninsular rivers, they mainly depend on rain. During dry season, their flow is either reduced or totally stopped. Compared to Himalaya rivers, their length is also less and also shallow. Due to the physiography and the slope of the mountain, most of the peninsular river originates in the Western Ghats, flow eastward and meet the Bay of Bengal. Western Ghats serves as a major water divide for peninsular river. Yes, dear students, in this map you can see that peninsular river, they are Narmada, Tapi, Mahanadi, Kaveri, Krishna. Again, the main river of Peninsula, Narmada, Tapi, Godavari, Mahanadi, Krishna and Kaveri. They are the main river of peninsular, and it is said that they are small and shallow. Here you can see that Western Ghats serves as a water divide for a peninsular river. Okay, and peninsular river, they originate from the Western Ghats, flow eastward and meet Bay of Bengal. Next, we have flows of the three stages of the river. In next, we can say that we will discuss about the three stages of the river. Before that, here you are given the differences between Himalaya river and Peninsular river, which is very important for the examination. In examination, you are asked about the differences between Himalaya river and Peninsula river. So let's see. Himalaya river originate from the Himalaya, while peninsular rivers, they originate from the Western Ghats. Himalaya river contains water throughout the year, while the peninsular rivers contains water during the rain season. Himalaya river are called perennial river. Peninsular river are called seasonal rivers. Himalaya river are very long and deep. Peninsular river compared to Himalaya river, peninsular river, they are small and shallow. Himalaya river causes much erosion and have great flow of water, while peninsular river create less erosion and have a weaker flow of water. Ganga, Brahmaputra and Satluj are the main river of Himalaya, while Narmada, Sabarmati, Krishna, Kaveri, etc. are the peninsular river. So dear students, this difference is you have to remember because it is very important for the examination. Now let's move to the next topic. The three stages of the river system: upper course, middle course and lower course. In the diagram also you can see here the diagram is given. There are three stages: upper course, this course is upper course, this is the middle course and this is the lower course. When a river start, here you can see that when a river start from mountainous region, it causes intense erosion and it carries huge amount of sand and sediments along with it. its flow decreases in middle and lower courts. Meanders are seen. Meander are seen. Meander are seen. Meanders are seen here, and due to the meandering and the impact of the flood, the lake is formed in the shape of a horse hoop. Here you can see that because of the meandering and the impact of the flood, the lake is formed, which is in the shape of horse hoop. Horse hoop means horse foot, which is like U shape. Near its delta, a river is divided into many tributaries. This divided area turns into a very fertile plain in a triangular shape. This is called delta. So, dear students, you can see that the river near delta, the river divided into many tributaries, and the divided area is very fertile plain, and they create, or they are in a triangular shape. They are in a triangular shapes. This is called delta. Again, the three stages of the river: upper course, middle course, and lower course. When a river starts from mountainous region, it causes intense erosion. It carries huge volume of sand and sediment along with it. Its flow decreases in middle and lower course. Meanders are seen, and due to the meandering and impact of the flood, a lake is formed in the shape of horse hoop. Near its delta, a river is divided into many tributaries, and its divided area turns into a very fertile plain. This is called delta. Now we have a arrangement of the river patterns. The river system of main river and its tributaries is seen as follow. So here the diagram are also given about the four types of drainage basin. Dendritic pattern. First we have a dendritic pattern when the arrangement of the river and its tributary make a shape of a branches of a tree. It is called dendritic pattern. Example, river Ganga. Here in the diagram you can see dendritic pattern. It creates branches of, it create the shape of branches. It is called dendritic pattern. The river Ganga is like dendritic pattern. Second, we have a trellis pattern. Trellis pattern: streams starting from mountainous region meets one another due to the slopes. They make a net-like shape. It is called trellis pattern. Example, many stream from Himalaya regions. So here you can see trellis patterns, that the stream starting from the mountainous region meet one another and create a net-like shape. So this pattern is called trellis pattern. Example, the stream from Himalaya regions are like trellis pattern. Third, we have a rectangular pattern. When a main river and its tributary meets at right angles, it develops rectangular pattern. Mostly river flowing through Rift Valley from the river. Such river is Narmada. Here you can see rectangular pattern that the main river meets its right angles, and this pattern is known as a rectangular patterns. The examples: the river Narmada have a rectangular pattern. Fourth, we have a radial pattern. Radial pattern: when stream flow out in all direction from a mountain, this type of river system is formed. Example, river of Saurashtra. River of Saurashtra, they have a radial pattern, and it is said that when a stream flow out from all direction, from a mountain. It looks like a volcano, that the river uh, they flow out from all direction. This pattern, we can say that river is formed, and that river is known as a radical. This river, they have a radial pattern, and the river of Saurashtra, they have a radial pattern. So these four types of river patterns are seen in India. Here we stop. In next video we will learn about the Himalaya river and the Peninsula river. Thank you.